This is a Xenolink data view analysis for Oliver Cooper. This is for hockey skate acceleration. On the right, we have a test from April. On the left, from August. So about four months difference here. We see that peak output speed for the first three steps on the initial test was about 5.7, 5.75, and peak output actually it's probably a little bit closer to 5.5. Then you've got your peak output on the retest at probably about 6.75. So top end speed has increased considerably. Let's take a look at some simple metrics just to see what acceleration looks like. Now, basically, we have the initial test at about 5.5 meters per second with an acceleration of 6.73 meters per second squared. On the retest, you have an improvement of about or a little bit above a full meter per second improvement in top end speed over the first three steps, but you also see a very significant improvement in acceleration, 7.36 meters per second. So you see significant improvement in top end speed as well as acceleration or rate of speed over the first three steps. So let's take a look at our torso rotation or counter torquing and see how that is gone. We saw fairly clean movements, but not very smooth. We'd like to see more of a scissor type look here. So, we didn't see, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as good as it could be. Here, you don't have as clean a motion of the pelvis rotation, although the opposites are a little bit closer to what we would expect in terms of the scissor type look. Just not as clean still as we'd like it to be. So still, we see some improvement, but definitely an area that we want to continue to work on in terms of core coordination, dissociation pattern. That core allows us to stabilize propulsion and then engage the recovery phase more effectively. Let's take a look at our knee flexion extension output. And what we see is basically our output has improved. Where our initial lead side was in the high 200s, getting on 300, we're now into the high 300s. So we've improved our joint output or joint speed output. When we go to the right side, we see in the high 400s, low 500s. So we're again about the same on the right side, but we've gained a little bit of speed, not as much as we did on the left side. And then again here, high 300s, low 400s, as opposed to sort of high 200s. So we've gained joint speed output. We're still not engaging our recovery phase very well. So we've improved our extension speed, we've improved our propulsion, but we haven't made a lot of progress in improving our recovery phase, or that initiation swing phase, which is initiated by a rapid knee flexion followed by that extension. So the extension speeds have gone up, but we need to engage flexion or recovery phase better. We'll take a look at hip extension now. And hip extension, we see first off, we had very little left side hip extension to begin with, and now we have good hip extension occurring. So not only is the speed improved, but the timing has improved significantly. Right side jumps from mid 400s to low 600s. So our joint output speed has improved dramatically. And then again, when we get back to the left side, we were here at about 360, mid 300s, and now we're into the mid to high 400s. So our speed output at both the knee and the hip with respect to extension or propulsion force has improved dramatically, and that's where we picked up our improved acceleration and top end speed. However, in both cases, we aren't initiating our recovery phase or our swing through phase as effectively as we could. So our primary focus is going to be on core coordination, continuing to improve our core coordination and stability, and then secondly, improving the initiation of the recovery phase, which is the swing through. So after we go through a rapid extension at the knee and the hip, we want to quickly engage flexion, first at the knee, then followed by the hip. And we want that flexion to occur before the skate is actually being pulled off the ice or pulled forward in recovery. So that's going to be our main focus as we move forward with our training.